قد أفلح المؤمنون.
The birth of an Imam is a blessing upon all the Shia of al-Muhammad salawatullahi alayhim ajma'in. To get a little more specific, I will use the example of Imam al-Hasan al-Mujtaba alayhi salam and Imam al-Jawad salawatullahi alayhi, because they were born according to an opinion which is listed by Shaykh al-Kulaini and Shaykh al-Mufid a'lallahu maqamahum al-Sharif. And I'll quote Shaykh al-Mufid here in Masar al-Shia, page 24. He says, on the midday of Shahr Ramadan, so al-Khamis Ashar, or al-Nisf min Shahr Ramadan, of the third year of the Hijrah, the birth of our master Abu Muhammad al-Hasan ibn Ali ibn Abi Talib took place. And on a similar day in the year 195, so 195 years after the Hijrah, our master Abu Ja'far Muhammad ibn Ali ibn Musa alayhim as-salam was born, which is a day for the joy for the believers. It's a basic mustalah that a day that an Imam, salamullahi alayhim ajma'in, is born on is a blessed day. From the birth of Amir al-Mu'mineen to the birth of, example of Imam al-Sadiq and Imam al-Hussein, all the Imams, salawatullahi alayhim, the day of their birth is a blessed day, and for the most part they are to be taken as Yawm Farah wa Surur, a day of happiness and blessing. Now, the barakah of the birth of an Imam, salawatullahi alayhim, is specified with mainly two Imams, as we read in our corpus. And here we'll be quoting Kitab al-Kafi by Shaykh al-Kulaini, where he mentions this blessed narration about al-Imam Abu al-Hasan Musa al-Kadhim salawatullahi alayhi. And he narrates from al-Mufaddal ibn Umar, who said the following. Abu Abdullah alayhi salam spoke of Abu al-Hasan. Abu al-Hasan is one of the kunyas of Imam al-Kadhim alayhi salam. He says, Abu Abdullah alayhi salam spoke of Abu al-Hasan alayhi salam, and he was a young boy in those days. He said, this is a child that no other child born to us has been of such a greater blessing to our followers than him. يعني أعظم مولود كبركة على شيعة أهل البيت في ذلك الزمان كان مولد أبو الحسن موسى عليه السلام. In this case, the greatest blessing of at that time, it was the birth of Abu al-Hasan Musa alayhi salam. Then the Imam said to al-Mufaddal, do not be harsh with Ismail. هذا كلام يطول بحثه. There is a long research about Ismail, the son of the Imam, but we will not be getting into that. Surprisingly, what is to say that we really don't see narrations that contradicted Kitab al-Kafi, because it is a very mu'tabar book, but we see in the chapter about al-Imam al-Jawad salawatullahi alayhi, about the nas over him after Abu al-Hasan al-Ridha alayhi salam, on the 9th hadith. وفي السند يعني يطول البحث, لكن we're focusing on the matan here. It says from Abu Yahya al-San'ani, who said the following. I was once with Abu al-Hasan al-Ridha alayhi salam, and his son Abu Ja'far was brought to him, and he was a small child. The Imam alayhi salam said, this is a child that no other child born to us has been of such a greater blessing to our followers than him. He says the same words of his grandfather al-Sadiq about his father Abu al-Hasan Musa alayhi salam. He says this to his son Abu Ja'far al-Thani salawatullahi alayhi. Now, is this a contradiction? Using the same way that al-Majlisi is to combine ruwayat, and as our scholars have done with the verse about Sayyida Maryam salamullahi alayha, inna Allah astafaki wa taharaki wa astafaki ala nisa al-alameen, and the words of Rasulullah saying about Sayyidat al-Nisa Fatima alayhi salam, and now Sayyidat Nisa al-Alameen, that this is this great fadl of these two women salawatullahi alayhima, but they don't contradict, because for one time Maryam salamullahi alayha, she was the greatest woman up until that time. And then when Zahra alayhi salam was upon this ummah, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa tells her that she is the greatest woman of all times. Not just that time, but of all times. So in this case, during the time of Abu al-Hasan alayhi salam, Abu al-Hasan Musa al-Kadhim salamullahi alayhi, his birth was the greatest blessing on the Shia. And then when Imam al-Jawad alayhi salam was born, his birth became the greatest blessing on the Shia. So logically, when we combine these two hadiths, we can also conclude as well that the greatest blessing of the Shia after that was the birth of Sahib al-Dar, Sahib al-Asr al-Zaman, salamullahi alayhi, that his birth is the greatest blessing on us, his wujud in general.